Welcome to Specific Love. This is 10 simple wood projects that make great gifts. Number 2, let's begin. Here is a wooden floor mat. Now this is awesome for your front porch or maybe on your deck where it's going to be outside in the weather. So I have some 2x2 pressure treated lumber, and I got this stuff for about 70% off in the damaged aisle, so make sure you check that out because a lot of times you'll find this that is slightly warped, but as you can see there, it does not look bad, especially when it's cut in these small pieces. Now in all the ends about 2 inches up, I have drilled a hole, and I have 1/4 inch nylon string with a knot in between each board to keep it nice and separated and all uniform. Now this could be used of course on your deck or your porch, but it can be modified just about anywhere you need it, so you just have to adjust the length and the width to your size. Now that makes a great wooden floor mat. Next up are these awesome looking pallet coasters that we made just from some old craft sticks. Now this is a simple project. I just took some craft sticks and I cut the curved ends off of each side. Then in the middle here, I made them 4 thick and had 3 separate sections of it. And I glued them just using some nice hardy wood glue. Set everything out to dry and then make some great wooden coasters. Now this may just look like a simple little bird, but it is actually a great doorstop. I made this out of some hardwood that I just drew out the shape and used my jigsaw and a sander and a drill to get it made up just like that. Now you want to make sure that the tail is a little bit long and narrow and slowly, gradually increasing in size, which will help stop in the door. But it's a very simple and cool looking little doorstop. Now here's a great little book stop or book separator for your bookshelf. This is actually quite simple. I'm using some 3/4 inch plywood that I've cut long enough so it fits back into the bookshelf. I cut a notch here out of the bottom to use the jigsaw and then a sander to get it nice. You want it to be a tight fit, but you don't want it to damage your bookshelf, so you're going to have to adjust that to your size. And what it does, you just slide it right over the edge of your bookshelf in between your books. And that's a great way to separate your books or just need a book stop, and this can be moved to any shelf you want. It's a great way to make a book stop for your bookshelf. In the previous video we made this awesome kitchen bar table, but to accompany that I used some of the leftover wood and made this awesome looking shelf. Now this will fit great up into a corner just like so, or if by chance the corner came out, you can flip this around and put it in like so. But in any case, this is very simple. These are all 45-degree cuts here, just to make sure it fits nicely in the corner, just like so. And it's a great way to use some leftover pallet wood to make a shelf. Now if you're an elementary school teacher, maybe first grade or kindergarten, here's a great little setup for you. This will hold your crayons and makes a great little display for your shelf or your desk. It's very simple. It was just a 2x4 that I smoothed out, then I painted it a nice orange color to give it that bright look. Now I drilled 8 holes in 3 different rows, which makes a 24 pack. So that's a great idea for just a simple display for your crayons. Next up are some awesome coasters that I actually made from a fallen branch from our cedar tree. And not only does it have a great look to it, but it has an awesome smell. Now I left the edges out here nice and rough, so you can definitely tell it was from something I cut. But I did keep it somewhat smooth on the inside here. Just cut them with my miter saw and it made it real nice. Now one thing you need to look out for when you're doing something like this is to make sure that the wood is fully dry, or it can cause a little bit of cracking and whatever somewhere along on it. So there's a great way to make some cool looking coasters. Now if you're like most of us and you watch a bunch of stuff on your cell phone, holding it up can be kind of a challenge, especially if you're trying to use both your hands. It is, unless you make one of these. This is a very simple piece of plywood. I believe it was 1/4 inch. And you just want to cut a little notch out of it, make sure it's big enough for your phone. And then when you go to use it, you just slide it right here on your phone, and then it'll angle your phone up at a great angle. Now of course you can adjust this to whatever size you want, but it works on most phones. Great thing about this is it's pocket size. You can take this when you're traveling or when you just want to walk around the house. It's a great way to make a little phone stand. Now this next piece is a very simple looking book holder. Yes, it looks like a triangle. That's because I have these cut at 60-degree angles. It's very simplistic. It's a 1x6. Now, it gives room not only for your keys in your wallet, but for a book to sit right on top. So it means this is a great little addition to your nightstand. And the reason why you want this is this keeps it from messing up the spine on your back of your books or having to fold down your pages. You just set your book right on top, it keeps your place, and it still gives extra room for all your stuff. Sometimes when you need to charge your phone, you don't really have a table right next to an outlet. Unfortunately, you have to put it on the nasty floor. That is, until now. This is just a piece of 1x4 that I have cut and added a little ledge on the bottom. I've cut a notch out of here and a little hole here so that your charging block can go right through it. And with it sitting on your charging block, it's gonna now hang from the outlet. You don't have to worry about putting it on the floor. You just take your phone, plug it up, slide it right here on the little ledge. Make sure your outlet little plug goes right in this notch, and it's a great way to charge your phone. Now if you enjoyed these projects, make sure you click the like button. Tell us what you think about it in the comments, and as always, have fun building.